Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right, without further ado, let's get into the thread for today. Today's thread is, what's the most devastating thing your spouse, partner, or significant other has ever said to you? Let's get into it. All right. My ex-husband one day said he was going for a haircut and never came home and didn't answer his phone for 6 hours. When he finally answered, he said, "I didn't really go for a haircut. I left and I'm not coming back. I'm staying here with my mistress and the baby we have together." Yo, what the... He said, I'm going to go for a haircut. And homeboy just never came back. And she's like calling and calling. Like, where are you at? What is going on? What the fuck is this? And then all of a sudden he's just like, hey, look, I'm with my other girl and my baby. So can you get the fuck out of my life? Like, what? Yo, goddamn. After 6 years together, I never meant for it to get this serious. What? How do you go 6 years and then just be like, yo, damn, I didn't think this was going to get this serious. Well, then what did you expect? What did you expect? Yo, what the fuck? That is the wildest shit I've ever heard. He or she, I don't know. They didn't say like if it was the guy or the girl, but how are you in a relationship for 6 years? 6 years doesn't just happen. You know what I mean? You're not just with somebody for fucking 6 years, bro. That's just not how it works. Like, what the fuck? 6 years? That is, wow. Oh my, okay. I'm going to die. This is where I'm going to die. My girlfriend said this to me a few hours before suffering brain death from a sinus. Oh my God. Whoa. Holy shit. That is devastating. Oh my God. Imagine your partner is just like laying there convulsing or something like that. And they're just like, I'm going to die here. And they fucking pass away. Wow. Well, rest in peace to her, man, and I hope you're doing good. Jesus. That's crazy. Me, are you cheating on me? Yes. At least they were honest. At least they were honest, man. Like, what else could you do? You have my heart, but she has my soul. They never met in person. We had been together for 11 years, married for 8. They went on to say they were connected by their souls and couldn't tell the other could tell when the other needed them. It was utter bullshit. Their relationship didn't last after our divorce. What kind of bullshit is that? Imagine your significant other over here. You're just like going through these texts and you're like, what the fuck are these texts? And then, they're just like, oh, well, it's not as bad as you seem. And you're like, what the fuck do you mean it's not as bad as you seem? Like, you out here texting this person like you like them, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, no. You have my heart, babe. But this person has my soul. I can tell when they need me. And it's like, what kind of bullshit is that? Who the fuck? Like, and then on top of that, that person leaves. You've never seen that person a day in your life. You've never seen them, and you're just like, how the fuck do you think that this relationship is going to be better than the relationship that you're in right now? And it if you ever watched that show Catfish, you know what I mean? This is like a good, perfect example of that show Catfish, where it's like, people will be in these relationships, but then they can't get over the possibility or the thought of like, oh my God, what if? You know what I mean? Like, what if things would have gone amazingly with that one person, that I never saw? And it's just like, I get it from that perspective. You know what I mean? It's kind of maybe the fear of missing out kind of thing, or it's just like it's the what if, the what if is like so strong. You're just like, oh, you're thinking about it all the time, but it never works out. I don't think it ever works out. Think about it. If you've seen that show Catfish, how many times has it actually worked out between couples? Hardly ever. Them niggas is like a 10% success rate. If I'm being honest with you. I mean, that right there should tell you like, hey, maybe this isn't the right thing. You know what I mean? For my love life. Maybe the person that's actually fucking there and I can actually physically see and be with is probably the better option. Like, Jesus Christ, man. But see, a lot of people watch that shit and they're just like, oh, that's not me. That couldn't happen to me. If that was me, it'd be different. Like, nigga, shut up. I was 2 weeks away from giving birth to our son. He looked at me and said, I never wanted any of this, right? As he motioned at me and my belly, I burst into tears and sat on the couch. He then proceeds to come over and rub my back to try to comfort me. It was so fucked up. I wanted to leave but couldn't find my car keys. He's now my ex. That was the moment that broke me and I fell out of love with him. Yo! Imagine being 7-8 months pregnant and your dude is just like, oh, I never wanted any of this right here. Never. And then this nigga has the gall to sit down and rub her back like, oh, it's okay. It's all right. I just made you feel like a piece of shit, but it's okay. Like, what? Nigga, get off of me. Get away from me, bro. Who the fuck are you? Dude. These guys are brazy. How can you go just sit there and act like everything is fine after saying some shit like that? I don't want to be the girl who got with the guy that no one else wanted. She practically said, nigga, you're a loser and you're ugly. How I settled for you, I don't know how. Yo, that's wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. She said, you know what? I'm done settling for you. I found me some new. Like, yo, that's fucked up. Oh my God. Okay. Damn, that's fucked up. I can only hope that one day you meet the same fate your sister did. My sister died in a car accident. What? Yo. What happened in that relationship for him to want to wish death on you? What the fuck? Yeah. Oh. What? I'm gonna read some of the comments. One of the comments says, I'm sorry she died that way, and I'm sorry he said that. Dang, I'm just sorry. I was gonna say the same. Timing was off on this one. So do you need me to run him over with my car? Yo, that is crazy, bro. That's the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. He said, I hope you share the same fate as your sister. She died in a car accident. That's crazy. No wonder your ex beat the shit out of you and a ton more terrible things over the course of 10 years that I don't want to remember right now. I filed for divorce in October. What the fuck? Why did you tolerate that for 10 years? Don't get me wrong. What he said was shitty, but why did you stay in that for 10 years? Bro, I swear some women are just masochists. I swear, bro, they are masochists. They will sit in a relationship that is the worst for them for years. For what? Why? Why are you in this relationship for years? Bro, get out of that shit. Now, look, I understand if it's like, there's more good than there is bad in the relationship. 100%. But when that shit starts to become a pattern and you start to notice, okay, every once in a while this nigga's just saying some heinous shit, every once in a while he's doing this, he's doing that, blah blah blah, like that's your no to like your sign to get the fuck out of there, dude. That is ridiculous, man. God damn, 10 years? After my siblings tried to screw me out of inheritance, my husband blamed me for the whole mess and then told me he would have never married me if he'd known what a dysfunctional mess of a family I had. We'd been married for 20 years at this point. Yo, this nigga wanted the inheritance. That's what it was. He was like, how did you fuck up the inheritance? God damn it. He was like, I was hoping to bank on that money. That's the only reason why I'm with your bitch ass. Like, yo. Damn. Imagine, bro. Imagine your significant other just comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're just like, damn it, man. How'd you fuck this up? Come on, man. How'd you fuck this up? I was banking on that inheritance. Like, what? Dude, oh my God, yo, that's fucked up. In front of my kids, said, Mom married up, I married down, way down. Then pretended to laugh and say, just kidding. My kids saw me start crying and I had to leave the house for a few hours. Yo, this man told her kids, your mom got with a winner and I got with a fucking ugly chick. Like, yo, that is fucking crazy. Why would you tell her kids that? You know what I mean? Why would you tell her kids that? Like, what the? Man, you guys are crazy, bro. I think the dudes in this thread are worse than the women, if I'm being honest with you. Man, like these dudes just be laying it all out after some years. After some years, they just don't give a fuck. Yeah, they just don't give a fuck after some years. They're like, you know what, man? Fuck this bitch. I don't even care about her no more. Like, I'm going to just say some more heinous ass shit and see if she leaves me. Like, my God. For someone who spends every waking moment thinking about himself, you're really not very good at it. All the more devastating because she was 100% correct. Man, hey, at least you admit to being a narcissist. You know, not a lot of guys admit to it, you know? And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, sometimes, you know, those guys are kind of in the right, you know, but for the most part, it's like, yeah, bro, you are kind of, you're kind of being fucking full of yourself, and they deny it, and they're like, no, I'm not a narcissist, blah, 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 but god damn, dude. Because most of the time it's like a woman will be like, oh, he's narcissistic, and then you're like, oh, what made him narcissistic? And it'd be a bunch of bullshit, and it's like, okay, he wasn't narcissistic, he just wasn't giving you attention, you know? But this guy, he admitted it to like, yeah, I just think about myself, I don't give a fuck about my girl. Like, damn. Good luck for you, brother. Good luck. I'm worried you'll get into prostitution again. I wasn't into prostitution. I was trafficked when I was 16. Yo, what? This motherfucker was just like, oh, I don't want you to get into prostitution again. And she was like, I was not in prostitution. I got trafficked when I was 16. And it's like, nigga, what? What? Like, how does that come up in conversation? You know what I mean? How does that come up in a fucking conversation? Because that that is something that is not taken very lightly, if I may. Like, dude, what in the hell? Oh my God. Okay. All right. My ex-fiance saying I love you and being near you makes me physically sick. It's the thing that has convinced me that I will never find love because he doted on me and loved me so much in the beginning. Then that breakup over text. Dude, what the fuck? Yo, these dudes are heinous, man. Golly. What? Who says that? Who is with somebody and then they're just like, yo, I can't be with you anymore because it makes me physically sick to be around you. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? My thing is, are they just getting bored? Or are the women doing something that makes them feel this way? I would love to know which side it is, because it's like, I don't know a lot of dudes to just say some shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know some guys to just go this fucking wild and be just saying some crazy shit like that. You know, like, bro, what the fuck? I deserve to fuck other women. Apparently, in his mind, the traditional gift for a second-year wedding anniversary was polybombing to cover up for a year's worth of cheating. Yo! I mean, okay, look. For me, I always give kudos to the dudes that actually ask their girls, hey, you know, can I have sex with another girl? So on and so forth. Why? Because guys don't do that. You know what I mean? 90% of dudes aren't going to do that. You know, let's just be on OP here. 90% of guys aren't going to do that. And if you have a guy that's actually going to ask you, you know, instead of going behind your back, I don't know. I would say the dude's a keeper, just because it's like, he's not going behind your back. He's not making you feel stupid. You know, he's not out here embarrassing you out in the streets, this, and that. You know what I mean? You know about it. And it's obviously up to you, you know, if you want to let him go do that, whatever the case may be. Obviously, if he's a guy of, you know, high means and, you know, he's actually taking care of you and you don't work and whatnot, you know, he's that guy. You know, hey, is what it is. But with this situation, he's only doing it to cover up the cheating he was doing for the past year. He was just like, yo, if I get this girl, if I get my girl to agree to, like, let me have sex with another girl, then the girl that I'm already fucking, I won't have to, you know, fuck her with guilt. I could do it guilt free. Yo, oh, this is amazing. And our anniversary's coming up. Oh, I know what gift I want. Like, yo, like that I don't condone, because that's fucked up. It's like, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? You're not being honest. You know what I mean? You are using the disguise of honesty to hide your infidelity. You know, I don't think it's infidelity if he asks you. If he comes out and says, hey, you know, can I have sex with another woman? He's not hiding anything. He is strictly asking you, you know, and I look at it like that is a rare thing in a dude. If a dude is going to ask you, he's definitely cut above the rest, because the other guys, think about it. You break up with that guy, you'll get with the next guy. He's just going to do it behind your back. You know, I'm just saying. But god damn, dude. Yeah, he was just like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm coming from, you know, the disguise of like, you know, I'm being honest and straightforward with her, and it's just like, bro, nah, you out here fucking it up. My partner of 14 years, wow, woke up one morning and apropos of nothing, told me he wasn't in love with me anymore over breakfast. Then he left for work. This was after he had convinced me to quit my job and go back to college, leaving me 100% financially dependent upon him, which he convinced me to do because he said that my lack of higher education had caused him to lose respect for me. It was also shortly after I discovered that I had a uterus full of tumors and was waiting for my insurance to approve the the exploratory surgery to remove them and find out if I had cancer. Yo, she is over here like being taken care of 100%. You know, she's like following his lead, doing what a wife should be, or a girlfriend, whatever a woman should be doing. And all of it, like anything this guy says, she's like, got it. You need me to quit my job? Okay, cool. You want me to go to school? Cool. You know, and then because she's got this situation going on with her uterus, he was just like, I don't love you anymore. You can't give me kids. Get the fuck out of here. Like, dude. Like, you understand? You could probably do surrogacy. You could do, there's other ways to have kids. Now, look, I get it. It's not a thing where it's like, oh, it's the traditional way of having kids. But goddamn, he just came out and was just like, you got coochie cancer, so I don't love you anymore. Get the fuck out of my house. Like, yo, goddamn. That's what I'm saying. These dudes are fucking heinous, man. How are you gonna do that? Oh, like get her to change her entire life, and then when something goes wrong, it's like, oh, piece of chicken grease, nigga. Fuck out of here. I'm gonna go find another girl. It's like, damn. Woo, good luck, girl. God damn. Yo, the dudes in this thread, I could see why women are just like, fuck, man. Because the shit these dudes are saying. And it's mostly been guys. Being honest with you, it's been mostly guys. Like, dude, how are you in a relationship with somebody for so long and then you could just say the most vile shit? God damn. My ex's parting shot. You are fat, scarred, and ugly. What? Yo. God damn. Like what warranted you saying all that before leaving? Like, nigga. What? You know what I mean? Like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? All right, we're going to do like two more because this is just getting out of hand, man. God damn. Like, I'm a big advocate for working relationships out. If shit happens or whatever the case may be, you guys work it out, you figure it out, you're a team, But the shit niggas be saying to these women, god damn. He said, I want to have more kids, but not with you. I know it was only meant to hurt me, and it did, but it was the final straw for me. I filed for divorce the next day. Nigga, what? What? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, why even have kids with her in the first place? Like, what the fuck? What are we doing at this point? Like, what are we doing at this point where it's like, you're sitting there talking about, oh yeah, I want to have more kids, but I want to have them with you. It's like, then what are we doing? What like, what in the hell? Okay, one more, man. And then we moving on, bro. She told me the doctor said the cancer's advanced. 3 weeks later, my best friend for over 40 years and mother of my children was gone. Wow. So just because the doctor said his cancer got worse, she said, well, nigga, you gonna deal with that by yourself. Bye. Like, in the time that I need you the most. You know what I mean? I need your support. I need your love. I need you more than ever right now. And you just up and leave? Wow. Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy, dude. Like, I need you and your love and support more than ever right now. And that dude probably looked at it like, man, I got nothing else to live for. Let the cancer take me. That could literally be his mindset. He might just sit there and be like, Doc, what's the fastest way out? Because I'm ready to go. Like, imagine that dude. Oh, and I hope he's still alive and he found some strength to fight the cancer and get past it, and at least get into remission or something. I really do hope, because, dude, you got to understand, like, when you're in these tough spots like this, who do you look to? You look to your family, you look to your loved ones, you look to, the people that will hold you down. And if they just say, sucks, and leaves, bro, that puts you in such a position to where you're just like, welp, shit happens for a reason. This must be my call to go. You know what I mean? That would put you in that mindset of like, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to go. Beam me up, Scotty, because I'm ready to go. Like, dude. And then she doesn't think that that's going to affect him, that's going to put him in a position where it's like, hey, like, she looked at it like, well, damn, you can't provide for me and your kids anymore. Well, bye, nigga. I'm going to go get a dude that can. Damn. Wow. God damn, dude. That's going to be it for that thread, man. God damn, dude. That thread was crazy. Let me know what you think about that thread in the comments, man, because fuck, that thread's crazy. Woo. God damn. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread, man. That was a crazy ass thread. Golly, man. I've never broken up with anybody that crazy. Like, it's always been a thing where, I mean, in maybe the 2 times I've broken up with a girl, I ain't gonna cap to you. I've always been the one being broken up with. I ain't gonna lie to you. But in the 2 times I did break up with a girl, I always, let it down easy, made sure that everything was cool, That way we can part ways nicely. She ain't all scarred up and, hurt to crazy degree for the next guy, and she just is like, oh, okay, well, hey, that sucks and it hurts me, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I can walk away and go into my next relationship A-okay. Like, these motherfuckers are like, nah, I want to hurt that bitch and I want to scar her. So they're like, yo, like, I see why a lot of bitches out here got trauma and all that crap, because y'all niggas, like, like, damn. Oh, but hey, let's go ahead and move into the announcements, man. Announcements. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, man. Thank you guys. Thank you, man. The support goes such a long way. Downloading the podcast, rating the podcast on listening platforms, following on TikTok and Instagram, man. You guys are killing it over there on TikTok. We are just surpassing so many goals. Love that shit, bro. Loving it, man. To have like over 1,300 followers and over 10K likes, it just shows me that you guys enjoy the content and I enjoy making it for you guys. It is a win-win and we just doing our thing. Thank you guys so much for all that support, man. That is crazy. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. If you want an episode every single Friday, as well as exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to the show, like a few people did in today's show. It's $3 a month, man, and you guys get a shit ton of content, dude. Like, so far there's about like 4 to 5 months of content on there. So go on there, check them out. Those episodes are crazy. A new thing we're going to start doing in 2024 though for Patreon is once a month, I'm going to be doing a free episode. So that way you guys can go to Patreon. You guys can check out an episode, 1 episode a month. And you guys can kind of, check out that episode, see if you like the Patreon, see if that's something you want to look into. You might be like, oh, damn, the juice over here is a little more juicy than the Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday episode. Okay, good damn. Let me go ahead and throw my little $3 in there and, you know what I mean, do my thing. So, like I said, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Exclusive episodes every single Friday. We're going to start doing free. That's going to start the 5th of January. Okay, so the 5th of January is going to be like the first episode that we do for free. So if you guys want to go tune in over there on the 5th of January, that'll be a free episode for the month of January. I'll probably do it in the beginning of each month, just so that way, you guys can get a little taste of that. And then if you guys want to subscribe to it, pay the $3 a month and see the rest of the episodes, hey, they're all there waiting for you, baby. If you keep coming back for the Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday episodes, and you're just like, I'm gonna check out a free episode on Patreon, and you like what you see, hey, it's all good, man. You know what I mean? $3 a month, you get that Friday episode. Now you got Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday content just waiting for you. All right, so check that out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's scenarios. All right, my girlfriend admitted to cheating on me while I was in jail. Damn. After 2 months of being out, she told me she cheated and had a dude living in our place while I was incarcerated. I was away for about a year in county. People told me she only cheated because lack of affection due to me not being around. It sucks because I paroled to our apartment. I have no job, no family, no friends to be able to move elsewhere but the homeless shelter. I want to start working so I could save money and move out of her apartment. I feel like the biggest pussy for staying with someone that cheated and not doing anything about it. No, it can't be fixed, our relationship. I could feel how annoyed and disgusted she is with just being around me. I don't even try asking her anything because every answer is a lie. She doesn't even care about making it believable anymore. Anyways, what should I do? I just move out of town to the homeless shelter, or just build from there, or stay until I have a plan to move out? Damn, man. All right, I'm going to give you some easy, simple advice, my guy. Work multiple jobs and never be home. Because, and then don't tell her that you're working multiple jobs, and you know what I mean? Don't even let her know what you're doing. Nah, don't even, because then she's going to be like, oh, you're making this money, oh, you should be paying this, blah, 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 blah. Nah, just have the homeless act for as long as you can. Stay in that house, but just never be home. You come home to sleep, and you just working, bro. And it sucks. And it's going to suck for a while. But you do that. You stack your chips just enough to, to put a deposit and get first month's rent on a place and get in there. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the best way to do it. Because you could do that within about 6 months. Think about it like this. You get 2 jobs. You get you a daytime job and you get you a nighttime job. You work the daytime job, in the morning time, a little 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. And then you a nighttime job. You do that from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. type shit. You know what I mean? And that way you can kind of sleep in between, and you just come home, you sleep, you go to work, you sleep, come home, sleep, go to work, dude. That is going to have to be your routine, because you can't be sitting around doing nothing. It's just going to make your situation worse. The homeless shelter ain't going to really do nothing for you, because the homeless shelter, if I'm being honest with you, homeless shelters for guys anyway, they'll probably keep your ass in there for like a week or 2, and then they'll be like, all right, nigga, you got to move on. And that's just not good. That's not a position you want to be in. You want to put yourself in the best position possible. And it sucks. I get it. You know what I mean? She walking around like her shit don't stink and all this kind of stuff, whatever the case may be. But use that place to your advantage. You know what I mean? Use that place to your advantage. Get 2 jobs. Work your ass off. Get the money to get out of there. And say deuces, bitch. Because, dude, that's the only thing you can do at this point. And it's going to suck, because you're going to work really, really shitty jobs that are low paying. Why? Because you got a record. You're on parole. So you're not going to be able to get anything high paying. You're not going to get anything that's going to pay you really well. I mean, you could try to get into like warehouse work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You might get paid a little more depending on, where you live. But yeah, bro, you're going to have to, you're going to have to fucking you're gonna have to grind. That's gonna suck, but that's where you're at in life, bro. You're gonna have to grind. You're gonna have to fucking work 2 jobs, and never be home. It sucks, but that's what it is. Damn, man, that's tough. Whew. All right, let's get to the next one. I was the side woman. I, 21 female, have a friend, 27 male. I was attracted to him, but he has a girlfriend, and I decided to forget about that and be happy being his friend. He was charismatic, handsome, intelligent. We talked a lot about literature and shared music. He told me about his past. He was a horrible person, but he said that he changed for better, and I believed him. One day, we hung out as always, and he kissed me. I was surprised, happy at the same time, confused, and sad. I asked about his girlfriend, and he said, yes, we are still together. I confessed my feelings, and I asked him to tell me if he was going to start something with me or he just wanted me for sex. He said that it was more than just sex, but he needed time to think about it. Is the first time I do... Is the first time I do something like this. During that time, I was feeling anxious, sad, angry, but the time he was with me, I was happy, later guilty. It lasted a month until I was done of waiting. He was stupid enough to send nudes while his girlfriend was in his home. It was clear that she was suspecting about him. I confronted him, and he just got rid of me, saying that it was better for us we just stay friends, like nothing happened. He has a relationship of 7 years. I think that from the beginning, I was stupid to believe that he was going to be responsible about his actions, or think that he was really going to choose me, and more stupid wanting to have a cheater around me. Sometimes, just for revenge, I want to rat to his girlfriend. Later, I think maybe she knows the kind of garbage that he is, or maybe it is 7 years of her life wasted with him. I feel stupid and sad. I mean, my thing is, why did you even think that he was gonna leave her for you anyway? You know, like, think about it like this. If he left her to go be with you, don't you think that he would do that to you? You know, think about it like this. They're in that relationship for 7 years, right? And then he leaves that 7-year relationship to go be with you. Don't you think that, once he meets another girl, you guys are in a relationship for, let's say, 3 years, and then he's just like, he goes ahead and has this other friend girl, and he kisses her, and then tells her, me and her, we're on our way out, and then he goes with her. It's like, why would you want to get with somebody who is so willing to leave a relationship to be with somebody else? That just... It makes me feel like, dude, the way the relationship starts is the way the relationship is going to end. You know what I mean? And that's just facts. It's like, why would you even want to be with a dude like that anyway? I get it. You liked him and all this kind of stuff, but it's just like, why would you even... I get it. You wanted to be friends with him and all that kind of stuff, but still, it's like, come on now. If I'm being honest here, why would you want to be in a relationship with a guy who is so willing to leave a 7-year relationship just to be with you? And I think he was capping to you the whole time. He was like, no, it's not just about sex. Nah, he wanted that coochie. That's what it was. He wanted to get his nut off in you. And then he was just like, all right, I'm gonna hang on to this as long as I can. You wisened up. And so then once you wisened up and was just like, I'm done waiting, he's like, well, that's over with. I'm actually gonna stay with my girl. I think he was just using you for sex the whole time. I think it was capping. Man, I think it was capping. He out here said, oh, don't worry, I'm not using you for sex.
Stop the cap.
Like, bro, come on now. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where it's like, one, he was capping to you the whole time. He was using you for sex. And you know what I mean? He was just like, well, the moment she's done waiting, that's the moment I'm done with her. Then why would you want to get with a dude who's willing to just kind of throw away a relationship just to be with you? Because he could easily do that shit to you. Just saying. That's my 2 pennies. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments, man. Am I the asshole for getting married at a venue I had booked for my wedding to my ex? Okay. My current fiance knows why I had booked it. It's my ex and her family that have a problem. There is a very popular venue in my city that you have to book a year and a half in advance at least if you want a good date. I put down a non-refundable deposit on the venue about 1 year ago. My ex-fiance had her heart set on this place and having her wedding pictures done there. I would have done anything to please her. She did not reciprocate. In the fact that she banged her ex about a month after I put down the deposit.
She belongs to the streets.
I tossed her and her shit out of my house. I spoke to the venue and they would not return my deposit. Reasons don't matter. Non-refundable is non-refundable. I admit I was a little petty here and I asked how long I had to put down the rest of the fee. I decided to wait until the last minute to cancel or even see if I could work with the wedding planner to transfer the date. As luck would have it, I ran into a woman I had briefly dated and it just had not worked out due to her taking a job out of Providence. I asked her out for coffee and we caught up. She had just moved back to her old company. She's an only child and she hated being far away from her parents. She actually got a bigger raise by leaving her employer, moving to New Brunswick for 2 years and then coming back than she would have if she had just stayed local. It was such an easy conversation. We basically started dating immediately. I was 100% honest. I told her that I had just dumped my ex about 2 months earlier and why. She said that she understood and that she had thought about me a fair bit while she was gone. Yo. Alright, shit. She was like, I was thinking about you, while I was gone. You know what I mean? Long story short, she was who I belong with. Her parents like me. My parents love her. She isn't perfect, and I am far from it myself, but both of us are willing to talk stuff out and compromise. I asked her to marry me about 6 months in. She said yes. Obviously, she brought up the venue in question since she, too, has always dreamed about getting married there. She said she didn't want to wait until 2025 to get married. I jokingly mentioned that I already had a reservation for that venue for next June if she wanted a spring wedding. She kind of freaked out for a second because she thought I had booked it when we first started dating. I explained why I had that reservation and she calmed down. The next day she approached me and asked me if I could look at if we could look at the venue together. We invited our moms and we went for lunch and a tour of the venue. All three of them were crazy for it. We are getting married next June on the date at the place where I was planning to marry my ex. We didn't tell our parents, but only them, right? Oh, we did tell our parents, but only them. Okay, they only told their parents. My ex found out about the engagement. We still have mutuals. She lost it. She started to contact me about how I'm trying to hurt her by doing this and how I'm so petty. I block her on anything she contacts me from. I talked to my fiance and we agreed to get married elsewhere if my ex bought the deposit off of me. We met her for coffee and offered to let her buy the deposit. It is a substantial amount and I was originally going to be out of pocket. We figured if she really doesn't want us to get married there, then she should bite the bullet and pay the deposit. And after that, it's not our problem. She refused. She said I put down the deposit, so it was my problem. I agreed, told her that we would be having security there and to leave us alone. He said, hey, bitch, if you got such a problem with me and my new girl getting married at the place that we were going to get married at, then go ahead, buy the deposit off me and we'll go get another place. Don't even worry about it. And she was just like, that's not my problem. Oh, you know what? You're right. It's not your problem. So how about you leave us the fuck alone and you let us go get married at this place? Because you don't want to do anything about it. God damn, nigga was savage. She has been having a breakdown ever since. She is constantly on social media bitching about it and has no effect on us, but some of our mutual friends have said that it's a dick move. She has threatened to cut off anyone who comes to the wedding. I told everyone that I fully appreciate their position and would, of course, accept their RSVP in the negative. God damn, bro. That now see, she can't be mad though, bro. You know what I mean? She can't be mad because she
belongs to the streets.
Like, dude, you got a guy, you got engaged to that guy, and then you are like, he books the venue you want. He's just like super excited about the marriage. He's everything you want, and then you go fuck your ex. Like, what are you doing? She's just like, oh my God, I'm going to get married. I'm going to be locked down. I'm going to only be, with one guy for the rest of my life. I got to go get me some penis. I got to go get me some strange dick. I mean, it wasn't even strange dick. You could argue that was comfort dick. I ain't going to lie to you. That was some comfort dick. But, she was just like, oh, I'm going to go, fuck another dude. That way I can be comfortable and chill, before, what the fuck is going on here, man? And then, he's just like, bitch, get the fuck out of my house because
she belongs to the streets.
And so he was just like, then he meets this nice girl, they're hitting it off. Everything is great. He's like, yo, man, this is the girl for me, and he's just like, she's amazing. We get along really well. I'm really feeling this girl. She really feeling me. I'm going to pop the question. And then he popped the question and he's just like, she said yes. I already got the venue. We ready to go. Now he had to explain it to his girl like, yo, chill out. I actually booked this venue because I was getting married to my ex, but you know what I mean? Sadly,
she belongs to the streets.
So I had to kick her bitch ass out, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. Later on, we met and got together and so, but I couldn't get my deposit back. So, I still have it. Then she wants to bitch, whine, and moan talking about, wow, you're so petty. How dare you marry another girl that's supposed to be at the venue that I wanted. And it's just like, bitch. Let's remember who, gave up their spot willingly. All right. You got replaced and you mad that you got replaced and you can't replace me as fast as I replaced yo bitch ass. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You did this shit to yourself. And I wouldn't have even been nice and been like, oh, if you don't want us to get married there, then, buy the deposit off me. Fuck no. Fuck you. I'd have been like, nah. Now you bitch and moan on Instagram and TikTok and all that kind of stuff. You go and bitch and moan all you want over there because for me, I'm getting married to my woman. Fuck you. You are the one who
she belongs to the streets.
So I ain't dealing with that. You want them streets? Them streets are for you, baby girl. Don't get mad at me when I kick your ass to the streets because you wanted to go fuck your ex and do all that dumb shit. Nah, bruh. Nah, we ain't about that over here. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, are you the asshole? No, you are not. Not at all. She is the asshole. Being honest with you. How the fuck? Man, come on. All right. On to the next one. This is our Patreon submitted scenario. Again, if you want to get your scenario on Patreon, if you want to get your scenario onto the show, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. $3 a month. All right. Worried that my girlfriend is a lesbian. So I'm dating this girl, 23 for 4 months now, and she hasn't mentioned anything about being into girls, but she always says to me things like, you like my body, don't you? Or you'll get a good view when you see me naked. We've both not had sex yet, although that's because we are both very inexperienced and I'm still not confident enough to act on it. But even when a shirtless guy came on, he was pretty old, although wasn't overweight or anything. She was like, oh my God, who wants to see that? But I know that a lot of women prefer looking at naked women and watch lesbian porn, although they date guys, because we make them feel sexy. It fucking sucks that women are this way. Why can't they actually be sexually attracted to our bodies and look at our nudes/porn? I'm gonna put on some naked women on TV later and start saying things like, fuck, she's sexy, and she will probably agree with me. Nigga, no, she won't. Are you asking to like make your girl feel insecure and feel like dude, she's gonna see that and you're saying all that dumb shit and she's gonna be like comparing herself and shit. She's gonna be like, wow, is that what you want? I don't look nothing like that girl. Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Does he not like me anymore? Does he not find me attractive? Like, what are you doing, bro? The fuck? Oh, dude, no, that's an L. That's an L. That's a huge fucking L. Whatever men find sexy, women also find sexy. I could probably get my girlfriend to have a threesome because she always agrees with me, and women are usually easily manipulated, and all women seem to find girls sexy anyway. All right, look, man, you clearly don't understand how women find significant others attractive, or guys anyway attractive, because he thinks, oh, it should be the way that we see women. Oh, they should be attracted to our bodies and physiques and our face and looks and all. No, women 9 times out of 10 are not attracted to looks right off the bat. You know, looks are a component, 100%, but looks a lot of times are not the number one thing women look for. A lot of times it's income based. A lot of times it's charm and charisma. A lot of times it's height. A lot of times it's, how he conveys himself, status, whatever the case may be. There's always something that comes before the looks for women. Women aren't visual creatures like us. Women need to feel like they are being, special. They need to feel like they are being, pursued, but it's not creepy, but at the same time, it's not like too forthcoming, you know what I mean? You don't seem easy or you're a trick or whatever. You want that good little balance. They want a guy who is charming, who is charismatic, he can hold a conversation, so on and so forth. Like, they value so many other things before looks come in. I mean, it's why you see like really beautiful women with like the frumpiest dudes. Because the thing is for that woman, she may look at it like, oh no, I like a guy who is funny. That is my top thing. And that guy must be funny or he's a comedian. Some women are like, hey, they're money based. And so, the ugly dude, you see a gorgeous ass girl with an ugly dude, but niggas got a lot of money. Or it's a thing where, this dude, he may be tall, he may be charming, and charismatic, whatever. And those are her things. That's what she looks for. But, dude is tall, he's kind of lanky, and he's a little weird, but she's just like, I don't care. He's tall, he's lanky, he's my guy. I like him because he's tall. That's my number one thing. You have to understand, women look at looks last, if I'm being honest with you. If you told a woman, hey, you get 3 things in a guy, categorize it. You have looks, you have charm, status, and income, you know what I mean? Just like, I would say charm, the way he conveys himself, talk and stuff like that, all that kind of stuff. And then the last thing would be like income. A lot of women would put looks last every single time. Just because, not all women, but most will put looks last because they look for other things in a guy. That's why a guy could be fucking ugly and still get a baddie. Why? Because that girl is looking for a specific thing. And if that guy fills that specific thing, she's like, cool, I'm down with it. That's just the way it goes. So you putting women on TV and, over here talking about, oh, that girl's sexy, da-da-da. All you're going to do is push your girl away because now she's comparing herself to the girls on the TV and she's just like, oh my God, I don't look that way. And why is he saying that? Is that what he wants? And you know what I mean? This shit's going to be thinking some dumb shit and it's just going to create a fight, bro. It really is. Like, women don't look at looks the way we do. They're not visual creatures like that. And if I'm being honest with you, women that watch porn, a lot of times that's cap. If I'm being honest with you, it really is. A lot of times they do that just so they can seem appealing to a guy, or, they want to like watch it and they're just like, oh, I'm going to try that, with my guy or whatever the case may be. Like, a lot of women don't watch porn to actually get off. They just don't. They don't. Because a lot of times women are more turned off here than they are visually looking at us. You know, that's why like girls can get smashed by fat niggas. You know what I mean? Because that nigga's fat, you know, and he's all, you know, he doesn't look very attractive, but she knows that, you know, he may be that type of guy who's got the gift of the gab, and he be talking her up and making her feel special and this and that. He be saying things to her that makes her just feel so special and loved, and, you know, it's her love language and all that kind of shit. And that's why she can smash that fat nigga, because she looks at it like, no, he's giving me an inherent value that I look for, and that's my top thing. I need a guy who talks smooth, who makes me feel, you know, important, so on and so forth. So it's like, dude, like, come on, man. You're fucking up. Your girl's not lesbian. All right. She's not lesbian. It's just a simple thing where, you know, she doesn't see the opposite sex that way, you know? And then the fact that she's like telling girls, oh my God, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that she wants to fuck him. She probably thinks like, wow, that girl's really pretty, or, oh, dang, she's really beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, women say that to each other all the time, you know, even if they're lying or if it's the truth, they say that shit all the time. So it's like, bro, I don't think your girl's lesbian. You know, nah, I really don't. Nah, she ain't lesbian like that. All right, let's get on to the next one. I feel weird about my date just now. All right. Another Patreon submitted one. I hate that I don't know how to talk to people. This guy is actually my dealer's friend, and we talked for the first time, and we met during a trip. What the fuck? What the fuck are you going out? She said my dealer. This bitch out here got a drug dealer. She's like, oh yeah, it's my drug dealer's friend. Like, nigga, what? Okay. So this whole night I was in the back seat with him, with the drug dealer guy in the front, and the whole time they were delivering weed to different people. So this was kind of new to me. And half the time the dealer guy was verbally abusing some other people, and they would only respond by offering him a joint. So it was so absurd. I honestly didn't know what the fuck to say, and this guy would ask me, why are you so quiet? And it made me overthink so much, and I smoked so much weed, and it made everything so much more extreme. It was also really cold, and this guy kept touching me, like patting me on the head and stuff, and I swear I have a social disease or something, because I literally don't know how to respond to those actions except by smiling every time, and I feel like I'm so boring. Nigga, what? First off, why are you hanging out with drug dealer niggas? You know what I mean? You're over here just like, I feel weird about the date. No shit. You went on a date with a drug dealer guy. Like, and then he's just like, oh yeah, you know, our first date, you know what our first date's going to be? Our first date is going to be me delivering drugs to random niggas. Like, really, bro? Like, and you women wonder why you be picking the wrong guys and there's only shitty dudes. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Why are you doing this? You're like, oh my God, bro. Stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. That she wonders why, you know, the date was weird and all this kind of stuff. Bro, I don't think you're awkward and you don't know how to deal with social situations. I think you just make stupid fucking decisions, and you sat there and was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let this guy get me, you know, super fucking high, and I'm gonna just drive around with him, you know, delivering weed and shit. Like, nigga, depending on what state you're in, like, what if you got pulled over and your dumb ass got incarcerated because you hanging out with these two dumb niggas, you know, and you ruined your life trying to date this guy because he's your drug dealer's friend? Like, what the fuck? And I guarantee you, this is the type of chick, man, she fucking her drug dealer for money, bro. You know, or no, she fucking her drug dealer for drugs. Sorry. You know what I mean? Because it's like, bro, like, come on, man. What the fuck are you doing? That's L on her, bro. That's a huge L on her, man. Because it's like, what are you doing? Why the fuck are you doing this? Golly, dude. Yeah. Huge L. That's a huge L on her part, bro, because that's just ridiculous. What are you doing? And you're over here wondering, like, I feel weird about this date. Well, no shit. You went out with 2 drug dealers and called it a date. Like, what the fuck? Golly. All right, let's go ahead. This is going to be our last scenario for today. This one is, I almost got caught fucking a married man. Oh, wow. All I can think is how foolish I was to have ever agreed to meet him in the first place, but at the time, I didn't know any better. I was just a naive 19-year-old girl looking for some excitement in my life, and when he approached me with his offer, I couldn't resist. He promised me the world, expensive gift, exotic vacations, and most importantly, unbridled passion. God, this nigga was selling the dream. He was like, yo, I'm gonna play that sugar daddy game. God damn, fucking trick. All I had to do was give up one night of my life and everything would be mine forever. Little did I know this would be the worst mistake of my life. It was a warm summer evening and I was sitting outside on my porch enjoying the cold breeze that blew through the screen door. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. I hesitated before getting up, but eventually I mustered up the courage to answer it. When I opened the door, I saw him standing there dressed in an immaculate suit, holding a bouquet of flowers. He smiled at me, and I felt myself melt into his arms. We hadn't seen each other in months, and he had been missing me dearly. He told me that he had come to take me out to dinner and then bring me back home. I couldn't help but feel special, like he was the only person who could make me happy. We went to a fancy restaurant where we ordered champagne and oysters. The waiter brought them over, and as soon as they arrived, he popped open the bottle and poured us both a glass. It was at this moment that I knew things were going to get serious. He leaned across the table and whispered in my ear, "I want you tonight." My heart raced as I considered what to say. Then, without another word, he pulled me closer and kissed me. After dinner, we headed back to my place. As soon as we got inside, he tore off his clothes and so did I. Our passion ignited immediately, and we spent hours making love. It was the most intense emotional experience of my life, but even as I lay there in bed with him, I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. There was a sense of guilt lurking deep within my soul, but I pushed it aside for the sake of the pleasure. As the night wore on, I began to notice strange noises coming from downstairs. At first, I thought nothing of it until I heard footsteps on the staircase. In an instant, I knew what was happening. His wife had come home unexpectedly, and she was walking up the stairs toward our room. Panic set in as I realized that everything was about to be exposed. With every ounce of strength left in me, I grabbed my clothes and ran out the door. In hindsight, I know that I should have never agreed to meet him in the first place. But at that time, I didn't understand the consequences of my actions. And now, years later, all I can do is regret my mistake and hope that he doesn't find me again. Yo! Damn, man, this man was out here smashing on a young girl and the wife didn't even know about it. And she, you know, she didn't know what was going on. She was just like, you know, he came with the suit, you know what I mean? Took her to dinner and was just like, "I want you." And she was like, oh yeah. Woo, yeah. Oh, cooch is wet. And then without saying anything else, he just grabbed her little chinny chin chin and was like, "Ah, yeah." And she was like, "Oh, ready. Oh my God, check please, because cooch is flowing right now." But the fact that the wife came home is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, the fact, I'm glad that she got out of there in time, you know what I mean? They didn't get caught or whatever, but God damn. My thing is, maybe she didn't know, huh? Maybe she didn't know that he had a wife. You know, she probably thought like, "Oh my God, this guy, you know, wants me and only me and da 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 da." and not even realizing that motherfucker was married the whole time. Like, god damn. That's crazy. That motherfucker was tricking hard though. I can't lie to you. That man was tricking. He was like, I'll give you the whole world, baby. Like, it's you and me. Like, that motherfucker was selling the dream. God damn, that nigga was selling the dream. Shit. Woo, man. You guys let me know what you think about that scenario and all the scenarios that we've gone over today, as well as the thread. That's going to be it for today's episode, man. Thank you guys for listening and watching. 2024 is that year, man. I'm so excited. As you guys have noticed, we're doing a lot of new things, man. We got the Thursday show where we're reading Haunting Adeline, as well as my new sound effects, baby. Let's go. We're going into 2024, as the same show that you guys know and love, but we're just adding things to the show to make it better. I'm always looking for new ways to kind of make the show just a little more enjoyable. And I thought some sound effects would help that, you know what I mean? I like to do a lot of improv and stuff like that, with the scenarios and try to, paint a picture for you guys, especially you audio listeners. I try to paint that picture for you guys. And so these help me out to, really paint that picture. And, I hope it does because, I really want to add more to the show and get more. I'm going to be adding more sound effects throughout the year and so on and so forth. If there are sound effects you want me to add, go ahead and comment them down or whatever. But yeah, man, that's going to be that, man. We're moving and grooving. 2024 is our year, man. And, dude, it is what it is. Just keep up the support. I appreciate you guys so much. Keep downloading the podcast. Please rate the podcast. It helps a lot. Just rate it. Please rate the podcast. If you listen to one episode, if you've been, listening for a while, whatever the case may be, just rate the podcast. If you already rated the podcast, thank you so much. A 5-star is goes a long way, if I'm being honest with you. It really does. It helps out a lot. So please rate the podcast. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. If you are on a listening platform, there's a support the show link. Click that bad boy and it'll take you right to the Patreon. If you're anywhere else, Linktree got you right there. My affiliate link is still down there for Dageon. If you want to get Korean or Japanese or Indonesian or whatever kind of Asian candy, and it's not even really candy. A lot of times it's like candy and snacks and food too. There's like ramen in there. There's fucking tea in there. There's coffee in there. There's a bunch of shit in there, but you get 5% off. You can go ahead and click that link down there. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for me. Love you guys so much and peace.